Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. Okay, it is one of the last days that we're here. It has been a busy, busy weekend. We have just thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. It has been a wonderful time for our daughter's wedding. All the festivities we've done, everything we've done, I'm like thinking, I just sat, today was my first day to really think about everything. And I was like, everything just went so smooth. It was wonderful. We had just such a fantastic time. I don't even know what I got recorded because I just keep recording tips when I think about it. And then I dump my phone onto my laptop and I haven't even looked at it yet and we're still here. So I don't know if I'm sure these will be all over there. I don't know. This is the time where I was thinking this morning, I'm like, ooh, I would really love to have like, is it a videographer? Whatever the person is that follows you around with the camera. This weekend would have been one of those weekends I would have loved to have someone follow around and document our day, because I was like thinking through everything and I'm like, oh, I would have loved to record that. Oh, I would have loved to record that. But I was just in the moment and I was enjoyed, and it was such a good time. I don't even know what you're going to see, so I might just repeat myself on a lot of this. You know, getting down here was a little rough. We had the sick kids, so it was just not busy. So it was just getting here, and then we had like the rehearsal dinner, and that went smooth. And then it was like the no sleep thing. And then the wedding day was just, I've got them ready, and it was very easy and chill. I was very happy. My daughter, before I talked to her and we were looking at the weather, it was going to rain this whole weekend and be cold. And so she's like, Mom, I'm not going to get my pictures outside, because I plan on going to this beautiful cider mill, get pictures. And I said, God will give you what you want. I said, do you want to have pictures outside? I'm like, you will have your pictures outside. I said, have some faith. She's like, I don't know. And then we looked, and it showed rain 100% all day. When we went to the church that morning, I woke up that morning, I was doing the girls' hair, it was pouring, and I was like, okay, Lord, I'm like, you know what our heart's desire is. You know we want a little bit of sunshine in the afternoon. You can make it happen. And so we got to the church and we were setting everything up. I was looking outside and it was raining. Well, then as Paul and all his men were pulling up, they pulled up with their car. I kid you not, the sunshine like came out. So when he came in, I said, Paul, you brought your wife some sunshine and she will be so happy. So it did. The sun came out, super hot, beautiful. We got great outside pictures, beautiful pictures. Beautiful. I wish I would have had pictures, but I was holding her dress up so nothing would get wet. And then we did the wedding ceremony. It was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's like going to be a blended family and blended different kind of churches. And so it was the little things that she had added into for our Pentecostal. I was like, ooh, I'm like, that's a little bit of Pentecostal in that message. And so I was like, God, you are so good. And so it was actually very good. We really enjoyed ourselves. The wedding, and then afterwards, we got to go over to the reception and set everything up. And that was so smooth and perfect. And we had a fun time. We had a fun time. I have not been to a wedding like, I had to think. We had a friend that got married in North Carolina here that we went. It was just a smaller wedding. And then, but we haven't been to a big wedding in, I don't know, it's been since we've had just 4 kids, I think, which sounds really bad, but I think that's how that is. Yes, I remember. I could be forgetting if someone's watching. I'm like, you were at my wedding? I'm sorry, no, we weren't. And so we have not got to go. My kids have not got to go and like see how fun it is and all the dancing and all that fun stuff. And so my kids were tearing it up on the dance floor. It was so much fun. I know I was like a heathen back in the day, and yes, I drank and I did all that stuff, and I said, and it was so good to just have fun without drinking. It's like you can have a whole lot of fun time being sober and just having fun, and that it's like it's just a whole different scenario. And so I know my girlfriends and I had some good friends sitting there, and we were watching some of them dance on the dance floor. We're like, ooh, and they're like, okay, ladies, and they're like, you know, we were like that at one time. And so when they said, yep, and they said, one of these days they're going to be homeschool moms just like us, sitting here watching them too, and saying, those young ladies, they don't even know. No, it wasn't that bad. It was not that bad. It was fun time. It was so much fun, but we just laughed. So it was just so much fun. We just got to see, there were so many people. It's like, I even think the next day I was like, oh my goodness, was that person at the wedding? Was that person at the wedding? Because we tried to go around and like, I was greeting everybody and as they came in, and then I tried to talk to everybody, but it was just, there's so many people. So I was trying to be social, and then we're taking care of kids as well. And I had poor little Madeline. My kid, she was so tired. She fell asleep right after dinner. Ashton was so good. She did kids' meals, and so they had chicken tenders and French fries. And she didn't even eat any of her chicken tenders and French fries. She laid her head down in the chairs, and she slept the entire wedding. She woke up, and the next day she's like, I missed all the dance. And I said, you missed all the dancing. And so I think Stephen, he danced for a little bit, and then he was on his tablet the rest of the night. Jensen was my dancer. Jensen is my boy at church. I do our kids' music and motions, and I laugh because he doesn't do any of the dance moves usually. And so he was out there dancing the entire time. He was out there by me. I stayed out with him the whole time because I didn't want to be out there by himself. And so I was dancing with him, and I was like, Jensen, you are just a dancer. And so he was going, and he would be on the floor doing the worm, and they had people around him in a circle, and he was just tearing it up. I didn't get any of that on footage, and I was like, oh, that would have been such a great time. So I don't know, maybe I did. I don't think I did, but that was great. Him and Autumn, they were dancing, having so much fun. And so I was just very surprised at my two children that usually don't do a whole lot. They were up there dancing away. So we had fun time. Ashlyn was so sweet to include a song just for her mom and dad, and it was the God Gave Me You song by Dave Barnes. I love that song, and so I like that song. And so she dedicated that song to us to dance to, and so that was just such a that was so special. And she even threw in back in my throwback days of the Goo Goo Dolls. I liked the Goo Goo Dolls back in the day. So she threw out the Slide song by him, and so we danced to that too. So it was fun. We danced the whole night. We danced the whole night. My toes, I was thankful the night before I don't usually wear heels, and so the night before I had heels on, and my feet were killing me, and I thought, ooh, if my feet feel like this at the wedding, it is not going to be good. So the wedding, I had more like just half heels or whatever, little pumps, and they were very comfy. They had straps, and they stayed on, and so they were actually super nice. So I got to wear my shoes the whole night, which was good, and I danced the whole night, danced with all my kids. There were so many kids to dance with all my boys, from Colin to Evan, danced with Lauren and Jaden and Brooklyn and Autumn and Jensen, not Maddie. Maddie was the only one I didn't, and Ashlyn and Paul too. And we did a couple other people I don't even remember, but we just had a fun time. It was such an enjoyable time. Couldn't even say any more about how much fun it was. And then we came home. And I was like, okay, people are coming to our house. So we cleaned up. My daughter and I stayed up. We cleaned up until about 2. We finally went to bed. And then in the morning, we got up, and my alarm is set for 7. I think I recorded this part already. And but my 5:30 alarm went off that I usually have set every single day in my week. And it went off, and I was like thinking in my head, my body was still like thinking it wanted to sleep, but I was like, no, I have to get up. And so I got up, and I was like, looked at the clock, and I was like, ooh, that's the 5:30 one. I don't have to get up. But I was like, you know what, Lord, 5:30, I'll get up. So it was good. I got up early yesterday, and then I was able to sit, take some time to think about the wedding, think of all the fun that I had, thanking the Lord for everything that He did, that just went smooth, thinking over Ashlyn's life, and just all the things that, you as a mom, you pray and you hope for and you want for your kids, and they go through those little bumps and things in life, and you're like, are they gonna get there? Are they gonna get there? And then they do, and you're like, God, it's like God's just like, why do you do? I think my husband gave a beautiful speech, and oh, it touched my heart. I would have loved to have recorded the speech he gave at the wedding, but we were in the moment, and I was not going to record that. But it was just such a beautiful, tear-wrenching, oh my goodness, I think about it, and it was just such a heartfelt speech. And at the end, he just told her that I remember sitting around the trees in the yard, walking around the yard and talking, and all the things that you've wanted, kind of man you wanted, and the driven man and all that, and she just, Daddy, I'm not going to find that man, Daddy, I'm not going to find that guy. And at the end, he just said, I told you so. And so it still makes me cry, because it was such a wonderful moment of that, just like all those emotions of, as parents, you raise your kids, and the Bible says you raise your child up in the way he should go, and when he's old he won't depart. And you see their actions, not that she's making bad choices or anything, but you see the things they go through, just like we see everybody as Christians. You can see me in my life and things that I do, but you see them go through those, and then when they get there, and then that moment happens, and then they're married, and you're just like, oh, thank you for keeping them. Thank you for directing them to where they're at. And it's as a parent, it's so emotional. So I'm going to cry. I can't even cry. Cry on camera. It was so good. It was such a good time. And so we just, again, I'm just blessed. I'm a blessed mama, and I'm so thankful. Thankful for God. Thankful because I was not a Christian. I was not a Christian when I had Ashlyn. I was not a Christian for a long time. And but God is so true what He says in His Word, and it's just holding those promises. So if you parents are out there, you mamas are out there, your kids, your life, and you just don't know what you're doing, get in that word, and start reading it and doing it and living it and living it. Let your children see that, and you'll just be so amazed at what God will do when you allow him to. So it has just been awesome. Great time. We got up, we had all our brunch. I think I recorded some of that and got to see that. And the house was so full of people. We had such a good family time. We haven't seen family members in a lot of years, many years, and they were there, and they were here, and we just got to enjoy. We got to sit and watch them open all their presents. We got to sit and enjoy all their they opened all their cards, their presents, and just enjoying, reflecting back on her day, just loving them, enjoying fellowship and food with everybody, and it was just such a wonderful time. So it was awesome. It was so awesome. I can't even say anymore. And like I said, I wish I have it in my mind. Thank God for minds to be able to remember, but I would have loved to have recorded every single moment of it, because it's just a testimony of how good God is, and how his graces, they're just awesome. They're awesome. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. It was so great to sit and share with family that we haven't seen a lot of how God has just worked in our life and what God has done. And it was just, it's a testimony. It's a testimony of the Lord. And I'm blessed. I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful. Loved it. Then yesterday, everybody kind of left out of here about 4. And then we left. We drove. It was a 2-hour drive to our old stomping grounds. We went to our last house. We drove up and got to see our old town we used to live in, or town we used to go to, and then we got to go see our house. And so I recorded some of that. I might show it here, might show it there. I don't know what I'll do. And so I was like, oh my goodness, it's so different. And then we got to go see some friends, some very good friends of ours. They usually come down and see us every year. And so we drove up to see them. We only got to stay for about maybe 2 hours last night, but we're like, who cares? She's like, don't worry about it. You guys are tired. I'm like, we're here once in 4 years. We can drive for 4 hours. It was 2 hours there, 2 hours back. I'm like, who cares? We're enjoying it. We are loving it. And we got to see them. And it was great to see the house and see the kids and everything, and just got to enjoy. Came home last night, so that was fun. And then came home last night, and I was like, my husband was talking about leaving during the night early, and I was like, and I'm thinking, looking at the house going, there's a lot I got to do, but I'm like, God, I'm not going to worry about it. So I sat in bed last night. First time I got to really eat. They have had so much wonderful food. Oh my goodness, so much wonderful food. We have had like the best food, and I just haven't got to eat everything because we are busy. So I feel like I'm talking to somebody, and so to have salad hanging out of my mouth, or have chicken hanging in my mouth, or having a full mouth, I didn't get to do anything. So I know at the wedding I grabbed a plate where they had appetizers, and so I grabbed a plate, and they had some, I don't know, their spinach, the spinach with the pastry flakes, and they had a meatballs and some cheese and crackers. So I grabbed that, and I had that kind of hidden off to the side as I was greeting people to come. And then dinner, I had a little bit of my dinner. It was really good. They had like a steak, some kind of steak. I don't even know what it was, but it was good. And then I thought it was a roll, but I cut into it, and it was a stuffed chicken, and it was so good. It was so good. It was like a Parmesan chicken, but it was delicious. And so, again, didn't get to eat everything, and I was doing things and kept going back to my food, and I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry, didn't get to enjoy it. And the brunch, I had a small plate yesterday. But it was funny. We had all our foods and all our good breakfast, and the pancake on a stick, that was the hit of the party. Everyone's like, pancake on a stick, never even heard of this thing. And so that was the highlight. So if you got a brunch to make pancake on a stick. They'll be amazed. And so I didn't get to really enjoy. So even last night, we were just go, go, go. And then I got home, and I was like, I'm hungry. I feel like I haven't eaten anything. And so I made a couple sandwiches and had a salad and some Doritos and some pickles, and I just laid in bed, and I was just eating, and I was like, oh goodness, I feel like I can like relax now. And so I went to bed. I didn't even set my alarm. It was like, whoo. And I fell asleep. I don't even know what time it was. I have no idea. It was late. And then I slept all night and woke up this morning, and it was 8:30, and I was like, oh my goodness, I can't even believe I slept that long. So I was tired. I didn't get up. I had about 3 hours sleep the night before, but it's just, who cares? You'll sleep eventually. I don't worry about that, but it was good. And then I woke up today, and my 2 boys are up, and I'm like, okay, we got cereal today. I'm like, and you guys can have donuts and cider for breakfast. And so they brought some donuts and cider from a local orchard here, and I was like, they're so good. I forget, like North Carolina ones are good. I feel like they're yummy and good, but growing up having the Michigan cider and Michigan donuts, I really like those. And so I ate those. I love them. So I'm having a donut for breakfast. Yes, I am. There's so many donuts, so much food. So I had donuts for breakfast, cider, and coffee. And so it's good. Woke up and I got ready, and I looked at the house, and I thought, oh my goodness, I have so much to get together. Thank goodness for, there's always laundry. always laundry. The washer here is a whole lot smaller than my washer at home, so I'm doing a lot of laundry, at least 2 to 3 loads a day, even being on vacation. And so I'm just had a big pile there. I just threw some in, and we're gonna eat some food here, probably pack some sandwiches, and then we're heading out, and we're going to we're taking all the stuff to my daughter's house, and we're gonna go see her house. I got to see it already, but my husband and kids haven't. So we're gonna go to her house and go see their setup, go get to see everything. And she's like, I wanna see, kind of get some ideas for decorating and stuff. And so we're gonna go do that today. And then we're gonna go drive again. And we have lived in many places here. And so we're gonna go to another section of the area that we used to live in, and we're gonna go to some more friends. And so today I was like, it's looking, it's looking like very foggy and rainy. And again, I was like, Lord, just give us some good weather. And my friend said, it's going to rain Monday. I'm like, it's going to be a good day. We're going to have a great time. We're going to be outside, enjoying it. It is going to clear up, and it's going to be 80 degrees today. So I'm like, yes. It was cold yesterday. It was only 60, and I was there 59. I was like, oh my goodness, cold, 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 cold. So today is going to be warm. And so we are going to go to a friend's home, and there's 2 other friends that'll be there. So it'll be 3 families together. And they have a big yard and lots of animals and food and fellowship, and we'll have a good time. The kids is more for, I said, I mean, it's for us too, older ones, but there's a lot of little kids. And so the little ones, my husband and I said, we're like, kids have been dragged around so much. They are so doing well, because it's just like, okay, we're getting dressed, smile, be good. And we're going to go here. We're going to go here. Let's go. We're going to the car. And so they've just been going. And they have been such good kids. No complaining, no meltdowns. I think Stephen had a meltdown yesterday. Evan brought his video game controller. I'm like, thank you, Evan. And he was playing something, and somebody, I don't know, it was a little Mario guy, and somebody knocked him over or something. He just started crying, and he's like, he killed my Mario guy, or didn't kill him, whatever he did to him. And I was like, okay. And they're like, really? And I said, you guys, he's like 6. I'm like, and he's emotional and tired. Leave him alone. So he's the baby. And so, baby of the family. And so we haven't had any issues at all with anybody. They've been such good kids. And so, today will be their day for fun, because they will just get to play and run and have fun. They'll have lots of animals and outside toy stuff and all that fun stuff. And so we are going to do that today. So I just wanted to I was thinking, I'm going to get up and just do a little video where I can actually think and breathe. And I don't know where any of these videos are at or what I'm going to have, but posting. But I'm like, I wanted to just sum everything up. But it was just a very good weekend. A very good weekend. Just loving it. Everything, the wedding, to coming together with family again. And it's just, God is so good. God is so good. And when you put Him first in your life, just sit back and not just sit back, you still got to do things, but you can sit back and smile, because He's doing good things in your life. And so it's awesome. It's awesome. So, okay, so I don't know what this video is going to show. Maybe this will be the end of my video. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm going to do yet. I'm a very organized person. I always put my videos together at home, know what I'm doing. Here, I'm not. I'm just recording as I can, dumping it, recording and dumping it. And so I don't know what I'll show you guys. I'll get back to normal here eventually. But for now, I'll just show snips here of what we're doing in that. So thank you guys always for watching. Thank you for being here. And we were either going to get on to our day. Here goes Jensen. Oh. We stopped by our old house here, still for sale. And this was part of our swing. Kids are swinging away.
Hold on, I'll push
I
you.
want to be his. That's so funny. It's amazing. At our old house, oh my goodness, there's like a yard. Brooklyn's like, what are you doing, Stephen? You never got to climb this tree. You were too little. He was 2 the last time we left. This is the kid's favorite tree to climb. Isn't that cool? Here's the girls. This tree right here, Lauren. See Lauren right here. This is going on YouTube. Lauren used to climb this tree as a wee little child. She'd climb. I remember looking out the window, and she was way up there, and I'm like, what are you doing? And she used to sit up there. Now she's trying to get her sister up in the tree. Brooke's like, let me get down. Jen, you want to swing? Don't hurt your sister. I don't think she wants to do it.
Go through it. Yeah, they got you. I got you. Go around to it.
That's so funny. Got the willow trees. We used to swing on these all the time. So, but Evan, come for a swing. Remember that tree? You guys stood up in it? Remember climbing up in that tree? So fun. Be Tarzan. Go. Go. Go ahead. Go. Hope's got it. So fun.
Let's go climb the tree.
Remember that tree Lauren was up there? Do you guys remember the roof? You and Evan ate your lunch on the roof one time for your birthday. Oh, so fun. Good memories. We are enjoying coming to see our old home. Look, it's so fun. What do you guys think? You want to move back to this house? Just for the yard?
Just for the yard.
You do feel how cold it is, right? I'm frozen. What? All the full leaves. What do you think, Lauren? Love it?
I love it.
Do you love it here or do you love North Carolina? Okay.
I love it here too.
It's
I like
fun.
This yard's better than our yard.
This is a way better yard. Definitely a way better yard. It's all good. Evan's going to try to climb the tree. So fun. Oh my goodness. Got on camera. Okay, these are the trees. My husband and I used to sit right underneath. We had the swing set over here. We called these sweetheart trees. So we'd sit underneath these 4 trees. We had all the little babies, and there was a sandbox here. And this is where we sat. There's a barn that all fell down back there. But that was our little area. We used to talk for many, many hours. So fun. It's our last day here. I haven't got to come outside here yet. It's gorgeous. It's like 85, 90 degrees outside today. So I am coming out on the dock. It's a beautiful day, blue sky, so pretty. Oh, look at the swans are over here. So nice. Good time, beautiful time. We're heading back home, so get home to our mountains. So fun. Okay, look at our big tower of stuff. Shaking away. Everybody ready to roll? It's all good. As you can see, we have made it home. We are back home in North Carolina, so the best time. I kept saying over and over, if I could have had someone follow me around with a camera the entire weekend, that would have been awesome, just to document just the wonderful time we had. We had such a good time with the wedding, spending time with family, and then the last end of our trip, we went and visited friends, and that was so much fun. Got to see our old houses, and the last day there, we went to our friend's home and there was 3 different families there, and it was like a child for every one of my kids, a child plus a few more for each one of my kids, and they had so much fun. So I've got a little bit of footage I tried to do a little bit, but we were just enjoying. We were enjoying our time together. And the last thing I thought about was pulling my camera. I didn't even take a lot of snapshots of the kids. And so I'm like, oh my goodness, I should have got more pictures, but that's okay. We have lots of good memories. It was just such a fun time. I can't say how much. I mean, it was awesome. It was an awesome time. And so we left. We were supposed to leave early, as always. We were going to get up. I think we got home and the night before, and we were like, okay, let's pack everything up, get it ready. So I was doing laundry, getting everything packed, and it was 5 in the morning, and my daughter and I stayed up. And I said, she's like, okay, Mom, let's set our alarm and get up at 6 so we can leave. And I was like, that's like in an hour. So I set my alarm and got up, got my shower, and then I was like, everybody was just sleeping so hard. My husband, we were going to get up early and go to a museum in Kentucky, the Appalachian Museum. We'd gone there before with the 4 older ones, but never took them the little ones. And I'm like, that would be a fun end of our trip time. But we went, and I tried to get my husband up, and he was just snoring so hard, and all the kids were out. And I'm like, you know what? It's okay. It's been a fun time. So I went and laid down some more, and we didn't get up until I think I woke back up at 10:30 in the morning, and I was like, okay, that's fine. That's perfect. So we packed up, and then we left at noon. And so it was a beautiful day. It was 85 degrees and sunshine, blue sky, and just a great drive home. And so thankful I brought some of our southern clothes, our warm clothes, our cool clothes to wear. So we drove home, and then we had lunch. We went to Taco Bell, and then we drove more and more, and the kids were it was a lot happier time coming back. And so the one down, it was a little upset tummies, and it was more enjoyable coming back. We had to stop for potty breaks more this time, but nobody got sick, thank goodness. And we just enjoyed our time. Stopped at Cracker Barrel for dinner in Kentucky, and so we did that, and then got back in that van and drove home. And so we came home. I think we rolled in at midnight last night. So we unpacked, everybody unloaded, threw everything in the house here. I'll show you a big giant mess, and I just emptied the coolers. I took the coolers, filled the refrigerators back up, and then I went to bed. I'm like, put the kids in bed, gave them a hug and kiss, and I'm like, okay, guys, just talk quietly, I'm going to sleep. And so I stuck my headphones in, put a pillow over my head, and I went to bed. And I slept from whatever it was, 1 in the morning, until my alarm went off at 7 this morning. And so I'm like, 6 hours. I'm like, that was the first stretch of 6 hours I've had in probably a good week, maybe a few plus. So it was good. I feel good. I got up, and I came out, and I was like, I looked outside, and it's rain. I'm like, we're getting all the weather advisories for the next hurricane coming. Hurricane Michael, I think is the name. And I'm like, okay, back to North Carolina. It's raining. So we're back to preparing for the next hurricane. And so I'm like, just more rain and gusty winds, they say. So, and flash flooding as always, but it'll be good. So I was like, okay. So I got up, had my cup of coffee this morning, and had just been sitting and reading my Bible, listening to my sermons to catch up on. And I was like, okay, I'm kind of killing some time because I have to go pick up Maxine. I'm like, I can't wait to go get her. So it was good coming home to all our cats and our dog, and kids just missed everybody missed all the pets. And now I'm like, I gotta go get Maxine. I'm like, that's like our baby. And so the other dog and cats are our babies too, but Maxine is like mommy's baby. So I can't wait to go get her so I can get her in at 9 o'clock this morning. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting there. It's getting closer and closer. I'll just take a really long time driving, go in there and get her. It's gonna be fun. Kids are gonna be so excited. They're like, wake me up first with Maxine. So I know the dog will be so excited to come home, and she thinks we probably abandoned hers, but it'll be a good time. So today is put away day. I'm thankful to come home. The house is clean. I cleaned it up before we left, and obviously the person that stayed here did not make a mess. And so thank you, Matthew, super clean person. And so everything is going to be put away, and it will just be kind of chill day, kind of figure out what I need to do. I think we have some groceries and food, but I know I'm going to have to go get some here eventually, especially if we have hurricane coming through. But nothing too crazy, but just to have food for a few days in case we do run out of power or something. But it will be put away and get things done. So it's good. I'm excited. Great time. Such a good time. I'm looking forward to the holidays this year, because after visiting with family, and friends, it looks like our holidays are booking up with family coming down to see us and see our place and everything down here. So we are going to have busy holidays. So I'm excited for that. So this is the mess that we got going on now. We just came home and just got all my coolers out. It doesn't look too bad. I got my big bag of flour. There's the Amish store up there, and so my daughter got me my for $29.50. My big giant bag of white wheat flour. I was like, oh, that was where I really wanted to go, was the Amish store, but they were closed the day that we got to do it. So we've got all our stuff here. My one good friend, she had dilly green beans. These are the best thing. They taste like a pickle. And so, I was like, thank you, Marie. Marie gave me jars of those. And we've just got got my coffee here, all of our bags here packed, and just all of our stuff. There's just stuff everywhere. I had our good friends, Sweet, put together packages. This has got stuff thrown into it here. But she put together packages of games. Gave us a bunch of travel games to play in the car. This is just one box. It's all trashed. I wish I would have took a picture before, but she gave us a couple containers here, and this had cards and markers and crayons and games for the car ride, audio CDs, and then there was one, I don't even know where the other box over here. Gave us boxes like this. This had a bunch of books. It had readers and Bible coloring books and just like books to read, and this was great because the stickers and drawing, and so the kids had so much fun. This was full, and then she gave us a big giant basket full of snacks, and so we had snacks and chips and granola bars and fruit snacks and all that good stuff, and it was just nice having something to snack on and just have a good time. So this is all what I got going on out here. So this will be my day to put everything away. So this is what I'm going to be doing today. This is what I'll be doing. We went to Cracker Barrel, like I said, we have leftover food because the kids only ate half. We got there and we have all these food choices, and they're like, we want cereal and milk. And I'm like, cereal and milk? You can't have cereal and milk for dinner. So I should have let them have cereal and milk. They probably would have ate. I was like, no, they don't have breakfast, even though they did have breakfast. I'm like, you're going to have a meal, but they ate about half their meal. So I should have got cereal and milk. They probably would have eaten all of it. So live and learn, mamas. Okay, so I am going to go get Maxine here, bring her back, and then I'm going to start unpacking everything. It's going to be a great day getting back into life here in the mountains. So thanks so much again. I think I'll be posting here the winner soon for my book giveaway and all that. So thank you again for all of your guys' support and for continued watching. So, okay, going to get the puppy.